Hi, and welcome to Karl's Kick. My name's Craig McLean, and I'm here with Karl Bryan. In this edition of Karl's Kick, we're going to talk about how to increase your sales with social proof. Karl, how would a small business operator apply this to their business?
Okay, well, first, probably a good place to start is, okay, so what is social proof, right? Social proof is essentially, what you say about me is more powerful than what I say about me, okay? So rewind, we're 18 years old again and we're in high school, okay? So you go up to the pretty girl and tell her that I'm a great hockey player and I'm a great guy and, I'm really smooth. All of a sudden, that has a lot more bearance than if I go up to her and tell her I'm a great kisser, okay? That's not going to work very well, right? And you're just going to get laughed at. But fundamentally speaking, that's the premise, is that what you say is more powerful than what I say. Whether what I say is more truthful is somewhat irrelevant, right? It's just the fact that it's come from somebody else. So, and then the most fundamental sort of social proof out there is a testimonial, okay? What most people don't realize is testimonials is one way of doing it, but there's a whole lot of different ways that you can go about acquiring social proof to assist in somebody basically going to do business with you versus the competition, which that's the goal here, right? You want them to choose you over the competition, and you want it to cost as little as possible in order to make that transaction. So first things first, personal endorsement. Other people saying good things about you is very, very powerful. Okay, we can create some pictures. Like, for instance, open up the National Enquirer, have a look at the ads, and there's going to be some ads in there for weight loss, right? Well, I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be a before and there's going to be an after picture. Okay, well, how can you go about creating some pictures that are before and after to put on your advertising, your marketing, your brochure, your website? Testimonials. Again, you want to get creative. A testimonial needs to have basically a headline. It needs to talk about where they started, where they finished, and then in between, how you were involved in the process and then signed off on. Okay? And what you also want to think about doing is getting testimonials for each stage of your sales process. Okay? So, for instance, if you run presentations as a great way for you to develop and create customers, well, the testimonials to get me to the presentation shouldn't talk about a 12-month program, right? They should talk about my presentation, how wonderful it is. Okay, and then when they come to the presentation, your goal is probably to get into their living room or to get them to, take on a consultation of some description. Okay, well, the testimonials at the presentation should talk about the consultation. Does that make sense? And then when you get to the consultation, guess what the testimonials talk about? Your end product. Okay, but people miss the boat and they basically promote a 12-month program to get people to a seminar. Not a great idea. So anyway, but you want to get a little bit creative by way of, make sure that what these people are saying is powerful, and it's basically answering the fundamental premise, the fundamental difficulty and trial and tribulation that the potential prospect or the person that you want to do business with may be feeling. That makes sense? Okay, so another thing you can do is get even more creative and get celebrity endorsement. Okay? Hugely powerful. And people don't realize, look, celebrities, they eat, they sleep, right? They go to the bathroom. They're just like everybody else. Well, they need to go get pizza from somewhere. So why don't you give away a few pizzas to the local professional athlete and get him to give you, a signed autographed picture, get it framed and put it at the front of the store. In fact, you can sometimes take a celebrity endorsement and create a unique selling proposition, which was another chat that we had. You could actually create that as your unique selling proposition. An example I used to live in this building in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And basically downstairs I had a guy who basically had a sign-written truck that basically talked about his hockey schools, right? So then I just happened to get in the elevator with the guy. We were going up, and I just asked him about his hockey schools, and I'm a hockey fan, so I wanted to know about what he was doing. And one of the things he told me was that Dion Phaneuf is one of his clients. And he had a testimonial on his brochure, right? But it was sort of tucked away in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, and those of you that aren't listening, okay, so Dion Phaneuf is just basically, a young, up-and-coming, absolute superstar in the ice hockey world, okay? Well, basically that testimonial can become his positioning statement, his unique selling proposition, his social proof, all rolled into one, right? So, and so on the side of his truck that he had really, expensively sign-written, why didn't he have Dion Phaneuf's autograph and testimonial, right? Because that's one of his clients, and he's clearly happy about it. So that can change the way you do business completely. So anyway, so testimonials from famous people. There can be Brad, and you might live in Hollywood, and Brad and Angeline Jolie are available to you, right? Get a name right. There's athletes. There's high level government people that you can potentially do business with. Very successful business people. Like I was in Memphis doing a talk. And the founder of FedEx is from Memphis. Like that's where actually their home base is.
Okay.
Well, imagine if you could get him to come buy pizza from you. Imagine if you could get him to come and take on your trials, your product, your service, what have you, and get a testimonial. Pretty powerful to say that you do business with the guy who founded FedEx. Okay, but again, celebrity testimonials. These people might not be as far away as you think. And then what about a celebrity? A celebrity isn't always a celebrity. So what about the young up-and-coming superstar, the young actress, the young model, the young athlete? Okay, we'll sponsor them at the age of 16 the way Nike sponsor Air Jordan and these guys at 16.
Okay.
You know that Nike sponsor hundreds of athletes every year that don't go anywhere, you never hear about. But they need to get them at 16, even younger than that sometimes, in order to, when Roger Federer becomes, basically goes from an also-ran almost to number, like unbelievable force in the tennis world, at the age of 21 or 22. Because again, he was, for 3 years, he got his butt kicked, and then all of a sudden he became unstoppable. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but you get where I'm going, right? Well, Nike had to sponsor him when he was getting his butt kicked in order to have him when he's now the greatest player on earth. So who out there could you potentially do business with that might be the next Roger Federer, model, actress, athlete, politician, what have you? Okay, so celebrity testimonials. Large number of existing clients. Get all your clients in a room and take a photo. Do a video, right? So a large number of existing clients. Get them all to, basically list them and then send it out to your database. Here are the other people that do business with us. It's like, hang on, well, people want to do what everybody else is doing. People fundamentally are more followers than they are leaders. Okay, leverage off that. So DVD of using your services is essentially, it's a pretty powerful way to do it so people feel good about the fact that this stuff works.